You are tuned in to your dose of positivity. Shout out to all of the channel members. And if you want to gain further support, join my channel membership. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Let me remove this banner. How is everybody doing? Welcome to today's show. How are you motivators doing? I'm Marlene of Marlene Motivates. If it's your first time here, welcome. Welcome to the Motivators family. I really do appreciate every single one of you beloved motivators. I hope all is well in your world, that everything is okay mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I hope all is well in your world. And welcome to today's live show. I really do appreciate everybody. If you could please hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. Let's see who is in here live. We have Miss Tracy. How are you doing, Miss Tracy? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And we have Miss Carol, who is in. How are you doing, Miss Carol? Thank you so much for tuning in and being here. And we have Nancy B. the Scratcher. How are you doing, Nancy? Thank you so much. And everybody who is in the background or in the replay, I really do appreciate every single one of you. Today, we're going to be talking about jealousy and competition, not in the way to be negative, but just in understanding why does it exist. And let's put this banner up here and get started. Okay. And today's discussion is they won't help competition. Now, we all know that every single day we wake up, there's always going to be some issues in life, right? Isn't that true? As human beings, there's going to be trials, there's going to be difficulties, but we really don't think about the ones that we're not even aware of. Sometimes people don't like us for no reason at all. You haven't done anything to hurt them, to harm them. You're not against them. You're not mean to them. Actually, the main people who are against you when it comes to competition are the people that you know and you see every day. It may even be somebody that you're not aware of, and it doesn't really make logical sense to you. But one thing about life as an adult, as a grown and mature adult, is we can't change the way other people think. You will waste your time, you'll wear yourself out, and you will be exhausted if you are trying to figure out the reason why people act the way that they act. But what is most important, motivators, is how do we treat the situation? How do we show up? Even when negatives come our way, do we allow ourselves to stay in the state of being positive? Do we allow ourselves to be motivated and encouraged despite who is against us, despite who doesn't like you, despite all sorts of situations? See, that's part of being a mature and happy adult, being level headed and staying in the state of positivity. Now, I want to say that it's not an easy thing when people are doing things that could be harmful, mean spirited, negative, or when people try to slander your reputation, try to bring harm against you. That's not the easiest time for us to be mature. Most of the time, the first thing is to do is to react, to jump down somebody's throat, tell them off, cuss them out, do something to bring physical harm to them, embarrass them. We want to get back because we want that vengeance. We want our name to be vindicated. We don't want anybody to treat us any type of way. But here is a thought for all of you motivators. Instead of jumping to a conclusion of what a person is doing, how about you just stay focused and stay in your lane and do your best and be your best? I think that's one of the best things in life that we can ever do. Hey, how you doing, Estad? How are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Hope all is well with you. Thank you so much. Shout out to the mods, shout out to all the channel members. Now, they won't people won't help you if you're competition. Let's get into these points that I have put up. So first, let's start talking about competing. Why do people think that you are competing against them? Sometimes people will be competing against you and trying to do things, and you don't even know you're in a competition. Why do you think that people compete? For me, usually people who think that, like, say for instance, you buy something, then they buy it. You buy this car, they buy that car. You do this, they do that. And it's kind of silly, right? But why do you think people are competing? Do you think it's because of their ego? You think that they want to appear better or bigger than you? It's many reasons why some people they get into competing against one another. But that's one thing that we have no control over. You have no control over it. You have no power over it. All you can ever be in this life is yourself. So I want to put that out in the atmosphere to all of you ladies and gentlemen for you to be your best. Being your best, it not only makes you happier, it makes you to be at peace. When don't worry about who likes you, what other people are doing. When you stay focused and be in your own lane, knowing your own worth, knowing what you can do, what are you capable of. And that's the biggest problem with people who try to compete. They're trying to please other people, and many times they're living above their means because they want to appear, keeping up with the Joneses or trying to make themselves be bigger or better, whether it's on the job, whether it's with your family or friends or whoever. Really, we have to stop worrying about what other people think about us, and for us as grown and mature women, grown and mature men, being our personal best. So what is my personal best is going to be different from yours because everybody is in different levels and journeys in their life. Everybody has a different life story and journey, but the most important thing about life is for you to be your best. I want to put that out in the atmosphere. I think it's something that should go viral. People living up to their best, being focused, having joy, having peace. And when we stop thinking about what other people are doing and trying to compete against them, instead staying level headed, knowing your worth, knowing what you're capable of, and learning to be satisfied with that. I have received so much joy in not looking what other people are doing, but knowing what I can do. What am I capable of? And we're going to get into that in a little bit more. But first, before we get into that, let's talk about this right here. Let me save that. Okay. But why do you think it is that people want to compete? Sometimes it's jealousy. Sometimes it's because a person may be lazy or they lack confidence. They don't have enough self esteem. Or this is what I think is the biggest deal, people who like to compete, is because they fail to recognize their own gifts. When we look at other people and we can say, oh, they're so good at this, this, and this, instead of focusing on what other people are good at, what about looking within? And it does take maturity, it takes self reflection, it takes awareness as well for us to recognize that each and every one of us has gifts. So, what are your personal gifts, motivators? I know that some of you are very talented at the gift of gab. Some are very compassionate and understanding. We have great mothers and fathers, aunts, grandpas, grandmas, cousins, sisters, and uncles, as well as wonderful friends that are supportive of other people. Whatever role you are playing in the lives of other people that you care about and love, the most important thing at the core of it, at the foundation of life, is us walking into a room and having confidence in yourself and learning to not evaluate yourself whether what other people are doing. So, say for instance, this person has this looks, or this person has this car, or whatever, this home, these relationships, has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with you. So, learn to recognize your gifts and also learning gratitude, being grateful for who you are as a woman, being grateful for who you are as a man is one of the best gifts that you can ever give yourself. The gift of self love, the gift of confidence, the gift of self respect. And many people, they fail to have those gifts, they fail to possess these things because it takes work. It takes work to work on yourself and to say, you know what, I'm good at this and this, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay focused. But some, unfortunately, have never got to get that sort of support from maybe their childhood or even in previous relationships, whether romantic or platonic. Some people have just not gotten healthy forms of love. They've never even been introduced to hugs and love and kisses and, the right sort of affection. So they don't have love for themselves. And I really do feel bad for the people who have never got to step into their own confidence and learning how to just be themselves. And whoever needs to hear that today, whoever you are, anybody who is watching and listening in the sound of my voice, who you are as a woman, who you are as a man, it is enough. It doesn't matter if mother, daughter, sister, cousin, past relationships, whether good or bad, have supported you, have believed in you. We have to have that for ourselves. So we're going to be keep working on ourselves and being our best. And how do we do this? We have to strive for success. And let me tell you that my success is not your success. Success truly does not require competition, but it requires competency. How competent are you in your skills, in your gifts? These are the things that we can do, what we can be. And I am so happy and proud of those of you motivators who are putting in the work to use your talents, use your skills, love yourself, be a mature individual, be a mature woman, be a good example to others. And for me, that is a success in itself. Just a person striving to be successful. And like I've said many times, your success is not mine. For me, just waking up every day and breathing uh, the breath of life. Every day I have an opportunity. Every day you wake up, you have the opportunity to use your gifts. Every day you wake up with your knowledge, with your gifts, with your past, and we can use that as a fuel to rocket us, to propel us to the next level in this life. But in getting back to today's topic, they won't help competition. Many people, when they see that you are in your lane and you're focused, you're joyful, you're at peace, you know yourself, you have your spiritual connection, whatever that may be, you have your focus, you have your joy, and you have your peace, that can be very intimidating to other people. Have you ever seen people who just dislike you just because you smile? They dislike you just because you're at peace. They dislike you because they can't break you down, because they can't make you argue and be miserable and angry. See, one thing about life is nobody can control us but us. We're the ones that control our reaction. There's always going to be people acting in a negative way, but we are the ones that choose our reaction. How do you react when negativity comes your way? When somebody says something out of the way that's weird or strange? Do you allow yourself to get upset and angry, ready to get at them? Or you get your eye right back on your target? Knowing your worth means that you don't have to explain yourself. Hey, Slasher Chick, how are you doing? Welcome, Alicia. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. Alicia says success doesn't require competition, but it requires competency. Yes, yes, it does. And that's something that I believed. I have it written. I have a few things that I look at every day to inspire myself, to get off my butt, to not blame anybody else, because if something is not happening in my life, I said that it's up to me. I can't blame anybody. Well, you can blame others, but it gets you nowhere. It makes you miserable. It makes you lose peace. It gives you a whole attitude, and you start complaining about things, and that does nothing for us. Complaining about our life does nothing to help us. Actually, it hurts us. It sometimes raises our blood pressure, maybe starts to give you some issues with your health because of the level of stress. See, we can't worry about what other people want for us, or who doesn't like us, or who doesn't support us. But what we need to do is focus on what we're good at. Now, my level of competency is mine. Nobody can be me, and that's not showing up. That's not showing off. And the same thing for you. Nobody can be you. And I hope that you're loving the woman or the man that you are today. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about yesterday. None of those things. See, we're striving for the success that is for us. The success that's meant to be for Marlene. The success that's meant to be for Alicia or Eastad or Nancy. Who else is in the chat? Or Miss Tracy. Everybody's level of success is going to be different. And we know what will make us feel successful. And Miss Carol as well. We know what will make us feel successful or be successful. For me, every day I wake up with a positive attitude. That's a success. That's a feat that I've overcome, because every day I wake up, I could wake up, and I'm not going to lie. Some days I wake up, I have an attitude. Oh, I don't want to do anything. Oh, and I could just stay in there. I could just stay in the bed and just do nothing. Or I could get up. I can take my time, take a deep breath, and start meditating and start thinking about that I have another day. I have the gift of life, another 24 hours. And what am I going to do with it? And each of us has that. That's the quote of the day. Awesome, Alicia. Thank you so much. Yes, the mic drop emoji didn't translate. It's all good. It's all good. Mic drop. Thank you so much. So let's go to the next point, everybody. Let me put this up a little bit. Okay. They won't help competition. So the only thing that can help us is when we uplift others, we benefit. Like I said, we cannot change other people. We can't bring people to our side. But what we can do is we can be a good example of love. We can be a good example of maturity. We can be a good example of this is the way that a grown and mature woman or man acts. We can choose to greet people with love. We can teach people. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. That's not what you do when you're grown. See, if a person wants to argue, you can leave them in the arguing. I had to learn that. I used to always have to be the person that had to have the last word. I always had to be the person that had to be right. And you don't have to prove that you're right. You know what you're good at. You know what you're capable. And what is your personal opinion doesn't mean another person has to like it. That's part of being mature and grown, allowing others to have their opinions and then not being upset, not trying to convince another person of our worth, of our capabilities, of our talents and our gifts, as long as we know they exist. And that makes me feel good to be in that space to know of my gifts. And I hope that you are in the space to know of your gifts and then allowing yourself to use it. See, the thing about this life is we all have gifts. Every single one of you. You have gifts, you have gifts, I have gifts, but do we have enough courage to use them? Every day I wake up, some days I feel like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to make those calls. I don't want to do these business deals. I don't want to. But at the end of the day, you have the responsibility as a mature and grown adult. I know I don't want to, but I'm going to force myself to look at my gifts because every gift that each of us has is a blessing. Even if you think it's something small, the gift of being patient, the gift of kindness, the gift of mentorship, the gift of friendship, the gift of love and compassion, kindness, or whatever artistic gifts you have. Some have the gift of singing, some have the gift of you playing an instrument, some have the gift of using the computer to make programs, some do web design. It's all types of gifts that are out there. So whatever gift that you have, use your gift to uplift others. And when we do that, we benefit. What is that saying that goes that you can draw people more with honey? I can't think of it exactly, but you can attract more people with honey than you can with vinegar. So when we talk to people, when you talk to people with nice words, sweet words, kind words, we can uplift others. And I always say that there's enough going on in this world. People are dealing with major issues and struggles. What will it take for you to be nice? What will it take for you to be kind? And I'm not saying be a doormat and let people be rude to you and cuss you out and then you're going to smile. No, I mean, when it's the choice, when you have the choice in the power of your thoughts, in the power of your attitude, in the power of whether you're going to say something back or you're going to stay silent. When we make a choice, yes, a choice, motivators, every day we wake up and we have choices to make. Will you make the choice to uplift others? Uplift others with your gifts, uplift others with your attitude, uplift others with your life. What you choose to do, other people are looking and they're watching. And some people will look and say, there's always going to be people from the peanut gallery who will always have something negative to say and will not like how you are vibrating, especially when you're elevating in your life and when you have it together, when you're moving forward. Some people do not like you when they can't get a rise out of you, when they can't get you to go back and forth with them. They want a shouting match so that they can get you to go down to their level. Don't do it. You don't have to. But what we can do, what's in the power of your mind, what's in the power of your energy, is uplifting others. We can all say a word to upbuild one another. It doesn't have to be what we do, but you don't know what another person is going through. I say that all the time. You never know what somebody is dealing with. Some people are dealing with dark things. major health issues. Some people have just buried a loved one. Some people don't even know how they're going to have food to eat, where they're going to live. Issues on top of issues on top of issues. What would it take as a mature adult to greet someone with kindness? How are you doing? It takes nothing. It's free to give a smile. It's free to be kind. It's free to be compassionate. And it's also free to take a step back. Especially, I found that when somebody comes at me very aggressively, the first thing I try to remind myself back when I had that attitude. And what did a lot of people do? They were patient with me. They were compassionate. They were understanding. So I try to do the same thing for others. When people come at you negative, I always say, what is going to be my response? Show them who you are. Show them what you're made of. Let's see some comments that is here in the chat. Yes, she do, doesn't she? She sure does, East. Hey, Dawn, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a great day, Dawn. And welcome in. Let's see. Let me go to the next point. So, when we uplift others, we benefit. Instead, be yourself. Other people, they don't want to help you when you're competition. They don't want to help you and support you to get to a higher level than them. That's okay. And that's the reason why there's mentors. That's the reason why there's therapists and life coaches. So if you really want to do something with your life, motivators, you don't have to look and seek other people who are negative, people who are mean-spirited, people who are trying to break you down. Instead, you just be yourself. When someone comes at you and tries to break you down, ignore them. You know what my favorite saying is, no response is the best response, especially when it's something that for sure isn't true. If somebody's out there spreading lies, or somebody just for some reason or the other just doesn't like you, maybe they don't care for your personality. I've learned that that's okay. But I'm going to be myself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When we know how to have enough confidence that my confidence, the amount of love that I have for myself, is not tied up in what another person thinks about me. Instead, it's what I think about myself. It's knowing my story. It's knowing what I've dealt with and what I've been through, and that I'm still here. And the same thing for you. I know that each and every one of you have been through battles, struggles, traumas, difficulties. Maybe you're battling a major thing right now. And I want you to hold your head up, be your best, and do the best that you personally can. I don't mean what other people think you should have or be. No, I mean you being yourself, having your own personality, and knowing that it is enough. I always say that all the time. You are enough. And a lot of people don't know what that means. They only feel that they are enough when they have money in the bank, when they look a certain way, when they dress a certain way. No, that's not what defines you. Your worth, your inside. Who are you as a woman? Who are you as a man? That is what defines you. I always am going to spread self-awareness, knowing yourself. I'm always going to talk about tapping into your mental health and knowing that your mental health is important. But I'm always going to spread self-love. Love yourself, motivators, and not just if you're in a relationship or just if friends or your relatives or other people accept you. Sometimes we in this life, you got to walk that road alone. But knowing that it's good enough. You are enough. And one day the right people will come in your life and it will make you wash away everything negative in the past. See, those are the type of people that I try to walk this road of life with. People who have confidence, people who love themselves, people who are respectful of others. I'm not saying you're going to always agree. Sometimes you have to agree to disagree as a mature woman or man. But, you know, there are some people that no matter how much you do, you're a good person, you're working hard, and it may never be good enough for others. But some people will never support and encourage and help you. But I want you to know, keep on helping yourself. Keep being your best and put that out in the atmosphere. Okay? You are enough. I have two more points. I got one more point after this, and then I'm going to put the link here in the chat. So they won't help you, okay? They're trying to compete against you. But one thing that no two people can do the same is using their gifts. My gifts are mine, and your gifts are yours. I want to put that out in the atmosphere and let everybody know that what it is that you do, that's your personal gift. Embrace it, love it. And as my mentor always says, work on the quality of your gift. Whatever it is that you do it well. Embrace it. Don't look to others to be okay with it. Some people will never be okay with it. Some people will never like you. But don't let that just distract you. Don't let that keep you off track from using your gifts. I did that for many, many years. I let other distractions, I let other people distract me. I let relationships distract me. And I let my own self distract me because I didn't believe in myself, because I lacked the consistency. I lacked the persistence. But now, these days, because I am knowing myself, I'm loving myself, I want to say that to you all as well. Love yourself for who you are, where you are, and what you have been through. Use your gifts. See, this life is not a competition, even though some people will try to put you in a competition, try to make you feel like you have to do more. But we each know what we can do. I want you to know that. Whatever it is that you know when you're doing your personal best, and we all know when we're doing enough, and we also know when we need to put our foot on the gas and do a little bit better. Okay? Use your gifts. Hey, realist one, how are you doing? Mod on deck. I appreciate you being here. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, everybody, use your gifts, whatever those gifts are. Use them. Some people, their gift is they know how to recognize foolishness. They can, what do they call it? They can recognize when someone is, what do you call it? Can't think of the word. It just went right out of my head. But they can recognize when someone is pulling a wool over their eyes. They have the gift of discernment. That's what I was thinking. And that's a gift. So whatever is your gift, use it. And don't let other people distract you, get you off track. There are some people that, let me say it this way. Sometimes the people that we love the most don't love us the way we want to be loved. They don't support us the way we want to be supported. We want to be supported. But don't let that stop you. I know that it hurts. And I know that I'm speaking to somebody who's hurting right now, right? There's somebody right now, whether it's in this audience watching live or somebody who's watching in the replay, that somebody has hurt them. They've abandoned them. They have not supported them the way that they want to because they're envious, they're jealous, they're mean-spirited, they're negative, they're a backbiter, they like to gossip, they like to stab them in the back, all of those things. Don't worry about those people. Use your gifts. Walk in the manifestation of your light. Every single person has a light from within. You have a light from within. I have a light from within. But sometimes our light becomes dim because we're not focusing on our gifts. We're not using our talents. We fail to celebrate ourselves. We fail to encourage ourselves. We fail to give ourselves the rest that we need. And we fail to tell ourselves when we're doing good. Many times we are looking to other people to fill in those voids and to say, you're doing great. You're doing awesome. You're doing this. Don't wait for somebody to give you that sort of friendship, those sorts of words of affirmation. We must give those things to ourselves. yourself. You got to give yourself love. You got to pat yourself on the back. I don't wait for somebody to say, Marlene, you're doing awesome. Every single time when I know that I struggle to do something and I tell myself, Marlene, I know that was hard and you pushed through anyways, and I'm proud of you. And I give myself a high five. I'm going to say, you did that, girlfriend. I tell myself that, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud of that. Now I know how to encourage myself. I don't have to wait for a relationship. I don't have to wait for a friend. I don't have to wait for a pocketbook, my bank account, whatever to define me. I define myself. I know my worth. And the same thing for you all. Okay? Right. Realist one says, right. Don't let anybody deter us. Exactly, realist. Don't let anybody deter you. And what happens in life is people are well knowing, they mean the best. Not everybody tries to be negative, but everybody has their own issues, right? Everybody has their own issues and their own problems. And unfortunately, because of where they are vibrating in their life. Maybe they're vibrating in a low place because they're struggling and going through so much. They don't mean to try to bring you down, but they do. But we have to realize that and say, I can hope for you, I can pray for you, but I have to leave you here because you're stopping me from using my potential. You're stopping me from my joy and my peace, or they could be stressing you out. Remember, you have to be in charge of keeping your power. Okay. Don't let anybody take you off your focus. Thank you so much for that comment, Realist One. Miss Carol says, thank you, Marlene, for your content. You're providing a valuable resource. Oh, I appreciate that, Miss Carol. Thank you so much for supporting me. It means so much. And all of you beloved motivators. I couldn't do this channel without you. This is your channel. I do this motivation on a regular basis with my doses of positivity on Wednesdays, my motivated dailies, Monday to Sunday. Usually I try to keep those videos 3 minutes or less. Tune into those. I do this because I know what it feels like to lack motivation. I know what it feels like to be angry, to have an attitude, to not feel supported, to not be encouraged, to want to give up in this life. And when I say that, I'm not just speaking to you. Every time I speak those words, don't give up, be encouraged. And that's how my channel song came about. I'm going to get off of my title just for a little bit to say this. I was at a space in my life, I think it was 5 years ago, and I was in a really dark space. And I remember, and I just said, I'm just not encouraged. And all of the words came just like that for my channel song. Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself. Yeah, that came all to me. I just grabbed a pen and just say, be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself. You will survive. That part gets me choked up every time. You will survive. Sometimes we feel like we can't survive these mountain-like obstacles, or people coming at us with their negativity or their judgments, or just life is just difficult. I know many of us are really struggling, probably financially struggling with family and relationship or other issues or health problems, that it becomes so consuming. You just feel like, how can I do this? But we have to encourage ourselves. So keep going. It's just a word of encouragement and motivation to all of you motivators to keep going no matter what. Use your gifts. Believe in them, even when others don't believe in them. Okay. And we have one more point here before we get out of here. I want to put this out in the atmosphere so you all can get it. Okay. Everyone won't support you. Okay. And we're talking about competition. And the competition can be from your family, it can be from your friends, it can be from your spouse, significant other, it could be from your children, it could be on the job. There's competition everywhere, your neighbors, on and on and on it goes. There's always going to be people who think that you're competing with them and you're not. But I just want you to know this. I'm putting it out in the atmosphere. Everyone won't support you. You just support yourself. You support yourself, even if other people don't. I'll say it again for anybody in the back who didn't hear me. Everyone won't support you. Just support yourself and align yourself with those who do. I think that's such an important thing in life is, learning who to align yourself with. Hey, Boss Life Online, how are you doing? Welcome, 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 welcome. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, Mod on Deck. And yes, you all are welcome to drop as much emojis as you like. And Gio says hi to everyone in the chat. Esad says family competition is something else, isn't it? It's like sometimes in the family, it's like they get a car, like they feel like you have to get a car. They buy this, you feel like you have to get that. They get this, and it becomes exhausting. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. But just know this, everybody. Please pay attention. Everyone won't support you. Don't wait and expect for your family, as a realist one says, your relatives. Don't expect your relatives to always be on board. Don't expect your friends, as they are really called frenemies, okay? People who we think are our friends, but actually they're enemies. And those are the main people who are undercover, one hand behind their back, ready to, at the first opportunity, lunge at you and catch you unaware because you didn't know. They've been right there on your side and they don't care about you. Actually, those are the main people who hate you. And you think that they love you. Boy, life can be so complicated when it comes to that. You really can't know who people are until you see the actions, okay? But with all that being said, some people are just not going to help us. I'm going to put the invite link in here. Okay, let me paste that. Yes, realist one. Family and relatives are two different things. Yep. A person can be related to you by blood, but family is the people you choose. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's right, realist one. Friends and associates, two different things. I know that's right. So the link is there in the chat. I think I have come to the end of my files. Yes, I have. And this has been a great discussion. There are some people, okay, they won't help you. They're not going to help you. They don't believe in you. They don't believe in your hopes, your dreams. It's some people that we know of, and they think you're a dummy. They think you're stupid. They laugh at you. Maybe sometimes in your face, but most of the time they laugh at you behind your back. Oh, who do they think they are? And they think that there's something. They think that they're going to win at this. They think that they're successful when actually every single day you wake up, motivators, every day you wake up, you're winning. Every day. It's a success just to get up and to be alive and to be moving. You've already won. That's what some people don't know, but it's a whole different thing when you have enough courage to allow yourself to be your best, not my best, but your best in using your gifts. But there are a lot of people out here who will not help you and they will not support you because you're winning in life. You're winning in your business. You're winning with your family. And I will say something. For me, I feel that I'm winning every single time where I choose to communicate when I choose to use my words, instead before when I would go silent, like I'm not going to talk to them and have an attitude and be rolling my eyes and rolling my head. That doesn't help anything. I choose these days to be successful by having conversation, by communicating my wants and my needs. And when people don't show up the way that I feel that they should, I let them know, I inform them. It doesn't mean that I'm going to continue to be around them, but I let people know how I feel. And that's the same thing, motivators. Let people know. Tell people when they don't show up for you and support you the way that you need and the way that you deserve to. So I don't know if anybody wants to come up today. If not, I'm going to end it here. Um, I think that this is a very important topic. Um, so if you have somebody in your life and you feel that they are jealous of you, you feel that they are trying to compete with you, you know, there's nothing that you can do. Gio says, laugh out loud. I used to do the same thing and would not talk to my family members at functions. Laugh out loud. I have changed. Today, I just state my case in a nice manner and move on. And that's maturity. That's maturity. And I'm proud of all of you who choose to use your words, choose to be mature, choose to forgive others. And the biggest thing that I'm proud of you motivators is every day you waking up and you choose to be yourself, not what social media says you should be or what social media says you should look like. I know for one, I'm a person that some days I choose to put on my makeup. Some days I choose not to. Some days I choose to have my natural hair. Some days I choose to have a wig on. That's the freedom of my choice because I choose to be me. And some people will like it and some people won't. But I'm not living for other people. I help other people. I support other people. But people have to want to accept you for who you are. Okay? You have to support yourself. Okay? Realist says, I'm still working on being the bigger person. Yeah. I think everybody deals with that every day, realist. I know I do. Every day sometimes I'm just like, when somebody does something, my first thing is like, I'd be ready to like, I could just sock you right in your mouth. I really could. But I choose not to not because I can't, but because I choose not to. Just like a lot of people don't understand when you don't respond. It's not that you can't, but because I know better, because I am better, because I respect my ancestors, because I know my worth, and because I don't have to justify my worth. I don't have to I don't have to make another person believe in me because I already do. And it took a lot of work, and I'm grateful to be in the space in my life to where I can say, I don't need to convince you to like me. I don't have to convince you to love me. I don't have to convince you to support me. I don't have to convince anything. All I can ever be is me. And those who dig it, dig it. And those who don't, don't. And the same thing for you all. I hope that you allow yourself to be yourself, know of your potential, know of your gifts, know of your personal light, and have enough courage every day to say, this is me and I love her, or this is me and I love him. Okay? Yes. You have to practice being the bigger person. Thank you so much, Alicia. I appreciate you. And sometimes still do. I am a work in progress, but I am better than before. I know that's right. Yes. It is not easy, realist one. It really is. It really is not easy. So I do appreciate every single person who came through today. Thank you all so much. We're going to be back tomorrow, Thursday, for members only book club. Okay. And what time did I say? I think tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time for member only. We're going to do the book club. And then Friday, we'll be back for Relationship Friday. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Yes, Miss Carol, I'll see you at Mandu's. Rilla says folk will bring the worst out of us every time if they could. And that's the thing. If they can, don't allow them to, but don't allow them to. Okay? Know your worth and know that you're not competing with anybody. Know that you are the best. And you guys always know what I say over here. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it. And live your best life. You are enough, everybody. You are enough. I will see you all tomorrow. Make sure you like this. Share this out with a friend, and those who are watching in the replay, leave me a comment in the comment section below. I appreciate you. Be your best, do your best, love yourself, and use your gifts. See you guys on Thursday, members, and on Friday, back in the public. Bye, everybody.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, yeah.